We talked to him about a wide array of subject matter. We're going to focus on a lot of other things today. Once again, settle back, relax, enjoy a great conversation with a fine gentleman. Todd Pinkston's back for show number 2. He'll join us right after these words.
It's the Happy New Year sales event at Matthews Nissan, Clarksville's favorite new car dealer. Save big on 400 new. 2017s are arriving daily. $10,777 off a new Altima, $7,500 off a new Rogue, $5,000 off a new Frontier, $12,000 off a new Titan. You're gonna love our prices.
I'm Gary Matthews, and that's my guarantee.
You're gonna love our prices, Matthews Nissan.
The Leaf Chronicle is now available on every device you carry or don't carry. All things Clarksville in all media 24/7. Subscribe now for full access.
For 100 years, Neil Tarpley Parchment Funeral Home has honored legacies. We believe every family deserves a special time of celebrating a life well lived.
Neil Tarpley Parchment, people who care, a name you can trust.
Welcome to our show. The coach is in the house. That sounds good. Coach Pinkston, doesn't it?
That sounds great.
Don't you like that?
I love it.
Of course, he's a great athlete. He is a great athlete. Great player. Southern Mississippi, the Philadelphia Eagles. We talked about all of that last week. Him growing up, being raised in Mississippi, going to Hattiesburg and living there, and goodness, making it with the Eagles. And his last game as a pro was the Super Bowl in 2004. 5 years, pro football, excellent career, Hall of Famer at Southern Miss. We talked about all that. Let's talk about now. In 2009, the Eagles, they've been good to you. Didn't they also give you your first opportunity to be a coach?
Yeah, they actually got a call. I got a call from Coach David Culley, which was my wide receiver coach there, and
he had a big influence on you.
He had a real big influence on me. He called and asked me if I wanted to come up and do the Coach Minority internship for training camp in 2009, and that was a blessing and honor because prior to that, you know, there was a team that actually released me, so I never had no bad feeling, hard feeling because of what I got released, but I kept in contact with Coach Culley and Coach Reed, and they gave me the opportunity to come up there and coach for a training camp.
Well, I mean, you found out the real world. I mean, it's a business.
Right.
You know, we were talking this morning. Really, it's sad to say you're a piece of meat in some ways. I mean, when they finish you off, when they finish the sandwich, they're looking for another one, aren't they?
For another one, yes.
You know, but. How big an influence was David Culley in your career?
He was big, you know. Got it. Like I said, he was the first person that actually called me when I got drafted in, and basically he took me under his wings once I got to Philadelphia. As far as my expectations from me, the player, him, the coach, to parenting, as far as what he did with his kids, and so
really?
He was a big influence of what to expect from him. So I actually speak with him at least once every 2 weeks, so I always keep in contact with him.
So he's more than just a coach.
Yes, sir.
To you in your life. He's a friend and a tutor and everything.
He's a big mentor to me.
That's great. That's great. What was your nickname?
Well, they really just call me Pinky or Pinky or whatever. So
just short.
The fan just shortened my Pinkston, the last name Pinkston up to Pinky. What's up, Pinky? So.
You know, I'd be remiss. We didn't mention this last week, but of course, playing for the Eagles. If you've ever seen the movie Invincible, great movie and true story. and it gives you a taste of it. But these Philadelphia Eagle fans, as much as probably any, they are really loyal, aren't they?
They're very loyal.
I mean, to the Eagles, they love their Eagles.
City of brotherly love. Either they love you or they gonna hate you.
That's right.
But they gonna love you more than they hate you. So they just want to win.
Yeah.
And anybody that go up there and anybody that play against them, they're gonna be diehard Eagle fans. You know, they're gonna root against you. They're gonna do whatever it takes for you to not like them. But until you meet them, you'll know how loyal they are to their organization.
Who all were the receivers? Terrell Owens, we talked about him, and you. Y'all were 1-2. Who were some other receivers you played with during that 5-year time?
I played with my first year. I played with Charles Johnson and Terrence Small, James Thrash, Freddie Mitchell, Greg Lewis, Justin Jenkins, Billy McMullen. So it's a lot of guys that I played with.
Let me ask you this question. Who is the best cover corner you ever went against?
Well, I say Deion Sanders, Darrell Green, Champ Bailey. I went against the best of the best.
Those three right there, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, those Deion Sanders. Darrell Green.
Yeah, Darrell Green was one of the best. He's a Hall of Famer.
Love him.
And actually the guys that I went against in practice every day, the Al Harris, the Bobby Taylors, the Troy Vincent, those are the guys that made a way for me to a point where I have to be physical. I have to, you know, they taught me a lot of stuff going against them every day, and they prepared me for my opponent the following week.
How was your relationship with Donovan McNabb?
It was great. It was great. Actually, we, as a receiver corps, we went out to Arizona and trained out there with him, and I got an opportunity to stay in his house instead of staying in the hotel. So
that's nice.
That relationship, it dwelled throughout the course of the years.
Do you ever keep up with any of those guys you played with?
Well, I keep up with a lot of guys. The Carrell Buckhalter, the Brian Westbrook, and actually Terrell Owens, and you know those guys that you know where you're a true friend, true teammate, or whatever. You always keep in contact with them.
At what time in your life did you think you might want to get into coaching?
Well, I think coming out of high school, you know, like taking what my dad did and he was doing when I was growing up, being a coach, and that's one of the things I wanted to idolize. I wanted to idolize my dad, and eventually, once I was done my career and whatever I was doing, I wanted to eventually get into coaching.
What brought you to Austin Peay? People say, here we got a Todd Pinkston, Philadelphia Eagles, Southern Miss. What brought you here? How did that go?
Well, when I got an opportunity, actually I coached in high school for 7 years once I retired from the NFL, and I wanted to make a goal I wanted to get an opportunity to coach in the NFL, National Football League, and the starting point was college. And got an opportunity, a call from Coach Healy, and wanted to bring me up, and we went from there.
So you came to Clarksville, y'all hit it off, and the rest is history.
Well, he actually wanted me to be myself during the course of the interview process.
Well, sure.
And I know a lot of guys that has a Southern Miss tie with Coach Eddie Hicks, was the DB coach. Coach Josh Ergel was O-line coach, had some Southern Miss affiliation. So they knew what type of person that come out of that program, you know, what type of coach would I become. And getting an opportunity to talk one-on-one with Coach Healy, it was a blessing.
Did you know Coach Healy prior to coming here?
I did not know Coach Healy.
You did not. So that was y'all's first meeting?
First meeting, yes, sir.
But you got to know him pretty quick.
I got to know him pretty quick, and
he's a pretty easy guy to get to know.
He's a sharp guy with a little swag about himself.
No question about that. How much talent do we have over here at the wide receiver position?
We got some talent, and we got some talent that's coming to 2017 on the roster. So it's one thing, we're going through spring right now, and actually we're having fun with the guys we're having right now. So
how is spring training?
It's coming along. It's coming along. We're going on, I think it's day 9 of practice, and we getting better every day, and Coach Healy is making it a point where we're going to compete every day. We're going to be physical, and actually, in the long run, we're going to also have some fun.
How many of those recruits got to come in early? Any of them?
Not in the freshman class. We had a lot of JUCO guys that came in early.
That came in. How many different wide receivers will you have coming in?
Well, we have a few.
Either as a walk-on or
we have a
recruit.
few. We have a couple guys that walk on. We also have a few guys that we signed that's going to be very contribution to our program.
So you think we can get something out of this bunch?
We will get something out of it. I'm going to make sure of that.
Wide receiver coach at Austin Peay, Todd Pinkston, former Philadelphia Eagles, Southern Mississippi, Golden Eagle, in the house. Show number 2. Back with segment 2 after this.
The Leaf Chronicle is now available on every device you carry or don't carry. All things Clarksville in all media 24/7. Subscribe now for full access.
Welcome back. Visiting with Todd Pinkston, football coach at Austin Peay, former pro with the Eagles. We've had a good time, Coach. Show number 2. Time flies when you're having fun.
Because I'm enjoying myself.
What's the best advice Todd Pinkston's ever received?
Graduate from college. Graduate from college. And I actually did that, and which was made my mom proud, and I will never trade it for the world.
I got you. What is the truest sign of success, in your opinion?
Staying humble, and what you put into it is what you get out of it. So,
what characteristic do you admire most in a person?
Well, I think it's personality, loyalty, and being honest.
I love loyalty. Have you had a proudest or most memorable moment in your life?
Yes, I did. Like I said, I'm always talking about what my mom and my parents instilled in me was to actually graduate from college and get a degree. And when I walk across that stage, that's one of the proudest moments I made my parents of.
I can see that. I understand that. If you had a chance for a do-over in your life, what would you do differently?
I won't do anything different. I won't do anything different. The path that my mom and my parents and God set me, whatever, it put me in a spot for a reason, and that's what I did, and I took it and ran with it. So I don't think I would change anything.
What's a perfect day like for you?
Well, actually getting a chance to wake up in the morning.
That's a good start.
Get a chance to wake up in the morning, get a chance to talk to my family, and go about my day.
Have you ever had a hero?
Yes. My dad.
He's your hero?
He's my hero, yes.
That's great. That's great. Who do you go to for advice?
I go to my dad and my mom. From a mother's perspective and my dad's perspective, so I always go to them for advice.
Boy, it's nice to have them there, isn't it?
Yes, it's very nice to have them. It's a good thing.
Yeah, you're blessed.
Very best.
Do you have any hobbies?
Oh, yes. Anything that's with a football, and I like spades, I like to play dominoes. I just like to do some family-oriented type of stuff. And if it's something dealing with the family, then I'm going to enjoy it.
I used to love to play spades. I hadn't played in a long time. What about food? What do you like to eat?
I'm a soul food guy from the South. I love soul food, like from chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, and cornbread. And
You need to go to Pat's.
I'll get a chance.
I'm telling you, my buddy Alton Merkinson, Merk, you got to go see him.
I'm going to get a chance to go see him.
Best soul food in town. No question about it.
We'll find out real soon.
All right. What's your best drink?
I'm more of a cranberry drinker.
Really?
I like the cranberry, yes.
We should have told. We got cranberry juice.
I'm good right now,
Hey,
man.
I
I'm drinking water right now.
I know,
right.
I saw you. But I had to have that cranberry. Cran grapes, what I drink. Try to clean those kidneys
Cran
out.
grape or cran apple?
Yeah, I'm a grape guy, on that. What about music?
Well, I'm more of a blues, R&B type guy.
I like it,
love
too.
the blues now.
I do
love the
too.
blues.
I do too. Make me cry. Make me feel real. What about movies, TV? Watch much?
Well, I watch a little bit of it. I'm more of a comedy type movie guy. I like Harlem Nights and Life and Step Brothers, those type of movies.
You ever seen Barbershops?
Barbershop, yeah.
Killers, man.
The Clumps, those type of movies that actually get a little chuckle.
What sports do you follow?
I follow every sport.
Do you?
From soccer, tennis, baseball, basketball, football.
Well, let's see what you root for. Who do you root for? What do you like? Let me ask you this. Do you root for teams because of a coach, maybe? Because of a player you like? I mean, I find myself, I root for coaches I like, for certain players I like.
Well, it depends on the sport. Like, growing up, everybody was a Michael Jordan. I was a Reggie Miller fan.
I love it.
I was a Reggie Miller fan. And football, you was always a Jerry Rice guy. And right now, in this day and age,
He made me love the Pacers. Reggie Miller did.
watching tennis, I was a Pete Sampras guy, and just different sports. You have a different person that stood out and whatever.
That's the way
so
it is.
that's how I was. I wasn't a bandwagon guy. I was more of a particular player person.
You go over and watch the girls play basketball?
I watch them. When I get a chance to play, go a chance to watch them, I go watch them.
You go. What about recruiting? Do you like recruiting?
I enjoy it. It's a chance to get out and actually develop a relationship with a high school coach or a player that we're recruiting. So that's one of the things, because I'm a people person and I like to develop a relationship with people. So
You think, are we already working on next year's batch?
we are working on it right now. We don't want to fall short.
Our guest, Todd Pinkston, show number 2. We'll be back with a stretch run right after this.
It's the Happy New Year sales event at Matthews Nissan, Clarksville's favorite new car dealer. Save big on 400 new. 2017s are arriving daily. $10,777 off a new Altima, $7,500 off a new Rogue, $5,000 off a new Frontier, $12,000 off a new Titan. You're gonna love our prices.
I'm Gary Matthews, and that's my guarantee.
You're gonna love our prices. Matthews Nissan.
For 100 years, Neil Tarpley Parchment Funeral Home has celebrated legacies with services as unique as each life.
Neil Tarpley Parchment, people who care, a name you can trust.
Our stretch run on show number 2 with our guest Todd Pinkston. This has been a couple of fun shows with Todd. We've learned a lot, and hopefully you've enjoyed them as well. And I talked to him during that break. Todd, I want you, all of the young people out there that might be watching or that mom and dad can tell them, give them a tip. What is the key, if you have some athletic ability, what is the key to getting that college scholarship? What do they need to do?
Well, first of all, is just keep working hard. Keep working hard and set your goals high, and don't let a person tell you that you can't get it done, because anything is possible. Anything is possible, and if you set your goals, and don't settle short for anything. Work hard and keep working, and you never know, the sky's gonna be the limit. It may not come overnight, but it's eventually gonna come if you keep faith.
The key there, you start out working hard. That working hard process scares off about what percent of them,
Probably about 80%.
Yeah, some just don't want to put in the work.
Well, nowadays, I would say nowadays, where kids think things supposed to be given to them instead of earning it.
Amen.
Once you work or whatever, and you'll find out, hard work gonna pay off, and once you work hard, and it's gonna lead to something that a coach, as far as a college coach, will find out. We will find you if you're working hard. If you're not working hard, it's gonna be hard to find you.
What is the key to being a good coach, in your opinion?
I think when you develop a relationship with kids, just being that player coach. You got to be strict, but then again, you got to have fun, and you got to enjoy your job. And once you enjoy your job and you develop a relationship with kids and making sure they're doing the right things at the right time, that's what I think a coach a great coach would be. What it is.
Do you enjoy your job?
I enjoy it. I enjoy it every day. I come to work. I look forward to actually get a chance to work with the kids every day.
It makes you want to get up in the morning, doesn't it?
It does. It does. If Lord say the same, once I get up, I look forward to what I'm going to do. What's my first step once I get a chance to get those kids?
A little self-evaluation here. What is your greatest strength, and what is your greatest weakness?
Well, my greatest strength is making sure these kids are working hard. I push them to the limit, and I push them to the limit to see how far they can get or whatever. And then my biggest weakness is once they get to that limit, I try to feel sorry for them. But it comes with territory. You got those kids that want to be pushed, but then again, you got those kids at the tail end or whatever want me to look out for them. But I always push them to the limit, see what I can get out of them, and then again, once I get out of them, I see they can't go no more. Then that's when I feel sorry for them. But the work is done once I push them to the limit.
Most freshmen coming into the program today, there's a maturity level there. But 17 and 18-year-old kids, I'm going to say that at least half of what you got coming in are immature, and the other half are probably mature for their age. You agree with that?
Well, I agree, but you find out once you're recruiting. That's why you recruit.
You try to get the mature kids.
You try to get the kids that have the character and the will that what Coach Healy is instilling. Like, this is the type of person that we want. We want the humble kids. We want the kids that work hard. We don't want nothing given to them. So when we go out and recruit, those are the type of kids that we're looking for.
Yeah, you're looking for, you're also looking for solid individuals, obviously. Great character, but it doesn't hurt any if they have great athletic ability, does it?
Well, that's always a plus. If you have a great athletic ability, hey, we can do something with that. But if you don't have it, then 9 times out of 10, we probably won't even recruit you.
Is there something that you have always wanted, and did you ever get it?
Well, just a chance. Just a chance at like I said, you wake up every morning and get a chance to breathe, and like growing up, getting a chance to go through high school, go through college, and get an opportunity to play in the NFL. Those are the chances that God had a plan for me, but those chances came, and then I took advantage of it.
What are Todd Pinkston's goals?
My goals right now, from present day forward, is to get an opportunity to coach in the National Football League.
And to do that, what needs to happen? I
just got to stay humble. I got to stay humble, and when the opportunity presents itself, I got to take advantage of it.
And Austin Peay is, you feel like, a good place to get that opportunity?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, getting an opportunity from with Coach Healy giving me a chance to come in here to be a coach.
To show what you can do.
To show what I can do, and I just try to better myself every day. Listen to some key points that he teach me as far as being a former wide receiver coach, and listen to other coaches. I'm always willing to learn because because I played the position that I'm in, I know everything. So I'm always willing to learn to get better. And coming here at Austin Peay, I'm listening to every coach that I talk to every day, and I take a piece of what they tell me, and I always instill in mine.
What is your favorite style of football?
Well, hard nose. Hard nose, I mean, and a lot of people say, you got the West Coast, which I grew up in, and pro style offense. But if you got a state of offense that's very consistent at what they do, then I adjust to anything.
Who's the toughest player you ever played around or against?
I say around would be a teammate of mine was Jeremiah Trotter. Jeremiah Trotter, he's from Stephen F. Austin. He played middle linebacker for us.
Yes, he did.
And another guy that I know is going to be a future Hall of Famer was Brian Dawkins that I played with. Those type of guys that once you watch them practice and watch them play, and you want to be like, those are the guys that you want to be idolized, be that mentor to one. That's what you want.
What was your favorite route?
Well, I didn't really have a favorite route, but I'm always told that, when you go long, like chicks dig the long ball, they can remember the long ball instead of the hitches. So I always tell my receivers now, you catch a long ball, they go, like, people remember those balls instead of remember the hitches that you catch. So go out and make a play. I didn't really have specifics, but
it's fun going over that middle, though, isn't it?
It's fun. It's fun going 10 yards plus to catch a ball.
Yeah.
Then
what about that little in route over the middle? That's fun, isn't it?
It's always fun when you're catching the ball. It's not fun when you're dropping and you get hit. So,
but you go get hit over that middle.
You're gonna get hit. You always teach. If you go across the middle, catch the ball and get hit, you got the catch. And that's always a plus. But when you go across the middle and you get hit with a drop, that's a bad thing. So basically, you make the catch and you'll see what happened after that.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Really enjoyed it.
All right.
Glad I'm getting to know you. I really am. Pleasure meeting you,
Thanks
Todd.
for having me.
Good luck to you in your future, whatever you do.
Thanks.
And I think you'll make it.
Eventually it's going to come.
Todd Pinkston, Steve Sawyer behind the scenes. Hope you enjoyed the last two shows. For yours truly, Greg Walker. Till next time, have a nice rest of the day.